Hi, this is David, and we are going to see now how we configure an ALC that has RF receiving on it. Meaning it not only is it an LF beacon, but it also has the capability of receiving RF messages using the new TRC module. If I look at my, let's get rid of this. We'll add that back in a moment. If I look at my ELC, I can see that the version is 1365. That's the version of the firmware that forwards the RF messages from the ALC onto Iris. So you need that version and to upgrade your firmware in the ELC to get support for RF receive on the ALC. Now, I'm going to go ahead and add my ALC, network scan, standard procedure, and it is enrolling. There we go. And we're going to give it a name. We'll give it room 120. So now if I look at my monitor screen, let's clear this. And I hit the front button on my tag. What I'm seeing is I'm getting from the ELC at RSSI 93 and from room 20, that's the ALC essentially, at RSSI 181. Okay, but if I go to my badges screen, I will see that the location is run on RF, right? So even though the RSSI is lower, Iris is not using the LF for RF location because we need that LF object for LF location. If I move my tag into the LF field right now, so I'll see that it goes into room 120. That's the LF location. So that object is being used as a, let's say, a door, an exit, or a specific room, or basically an LF location. And it now relocate it out to run on a RF, right? To the to the ELC location. But what if I want to use the ALC RF receive as a separate RF reader? Well, I could do that by going into the ALC's extended properties and selecting Add Virtual RF Reader. Okay. Now Iris added a read-only object called Room 120 RF. I could change that name if I would like, but there's nothing I could do. There's nothing I can change on this reader. It's read-only. And if I were to delete the ALC, the RF will also be deleted with it. But now, here you can see the location of my tag is now room 20 RF. But when I move the tag into the LF field, then it goes into room 20. Right? So now this physical object behaves as if it's two logical objects within Iris. Now just to show you, if I remove the device in Iris, the associated virtual RF reader also is removed. Now, because the way it does this is that if I do not add that virtual RF, then the RF messages that are received are set to a very low priority so that the floor logic, the location logic, will not process those for the purpose of location. Therefore, you need, or this version 5010 contains a new floor logic DLL. keep in mind that the virtual RF reader is like any other as far as the license is concerned. So it will need to be licensed, and you can, if you would like, drag it onto a map and see the tags graphically move to the RF location. So that's it. We discussed configuring the ALC with the RF receive option. Again, if the ALC is used as a standalone and not connected to the bus and not connected to an ALC, then the TRC will automatically transmit messages for the purpose of supervision and will not receive those RF messages. That's it for today. Thank you for listening.